Hey, so we engage with this camera right here?
Over here, yeah.
Okay. Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Hi.
We're Mother. This is our little chat with the Google on an important day for us. We just released A Very Good Bad Thing to the United States of America. We're very excited about this. And we have a tour to follow starting on May 22nd in Sasquatch. Then we go down the West Coast and travel all around that fine land. But let's dig into the task at hand, getting to know you guys via the beautiful cyberspace. Okay, so Aspiring Fires from Russia says, hello from Russia again. Okay, guys, I really like to follow your creativity, and I can say that each of your album is unique. Where do you get your inspiration from? Do you have reference points in the world of music, musical groups, for example? I'd say the band in its initial stages was influenced by a lot of the quirky pop from the 90s and maybe the 80s, like the Pixies, Talking Heads, Modest Mouse, kind of melodic but quirky is something that we're really into. These days we're trying to fuse a little more EDM and electronic music into the sound because that's something we're all kind of endeared to, whether it be Little Dragon or James Blake. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Thanks so much for the question.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scroll down.
Okay. The new one. Okay, so this one is from Chocolate Gelato. I like your name. If you were a dog, what kind of dog would you be? Well, I would be a wiener dog. What about you guys?
I don't think I could be a dog. I'd have to be a cat.
You're a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'd be a hot dog with some mustard. Lots of mustard.
What about you, Molly?
I don't know. I've never thought about that before.
I think you're a poodle.
Poodle.
Yeah. You're like a graceful, tall poodle.
Big pet.
What about you, Jack?
Llama.
Llama dog. If a llama and a dog had a baby, it would be Jake.
Hybrid.
I'd probably be a lab, a chocolate lab.
Chocolate lab. That's a
There
good
you
one.
go.
Yummy.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for your
Chocolate Gelato.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Jer.
Go down or
We did that. There's
We did
this
that.
one, which
Yeah.
we just did.
let's yeah.
Katrina.
Are there? Well,
You got this.
What are you pointing at?
Just keep
No,
just keep going down.
that's it.
Go to the
It
top.
doesn't go any further.
So.
There you go. Who
There.
knows all the
Okay,
words?
this is
Yes.
from, is the name on the bottom?
Yeah.
Nicolo Lupton?
Nicola.
Nicola. Who knows all the words to yesterday?
I think I do.
Yesterday.
That's funny that I was singing that song like crazy like a couple weeks ago, but just repeating the verse because I didn't know all the words. So that's
So
pretty.
who does know all the words?
I think I
I
do.
think I do.
Oh, my
Want to give it a go? Okay. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so hard. Who knows the melody? So I'm here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Yesterday. There's such an easy game to play.
Dum, dum.
Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, yesterday. That's That's good.
High five.
I think maybe
High five.
collectively we all might know the lyrics.
Thanks for your
High
question.
five.
That's what a real band is about, though, like coming together and singing Yesterday, because we couldn't do it on our own. All right, God bless. Who's next?
I'm next. And what about the new album? Do you have any ideas? I have a little extra sensory gift, and I know that it will be great. Oh, that's from Aspiring Fires again.
Love her.
You know what, Aspiring Fires, your questions are awesome, and you've been so supportive. We're going to send you a CD. And this is, before I answer the question, I'm just going to announce
disc.
It's a compact disc, yeah.
disc.
We're going to sign this and send it over to you. And there's 2 more of those to go between now and the end of this session. So do send in your questions, and perhaps you'll get the next one. As far as the new album goes,
Oh, we're gonna sign it too.
yeah, we're going to sign it. Oh, yeah, you want to sign it? We're supposed to sign this on camera, right?
I'll show you, it's legit.
We're legitimately signing your album right now.
All right, let's find that question.
As far as the new album goes, yeah, I guess there are some ideas. Ryan, you've been writing a little bit
What
for
was the
it.
question? We didn't get to the whole question, though.
Yeah, we did.
It wasn't a long question?
No, like, that was it. What about the new album? Do you have any ideas? I have a little extra sensory gift.
Oh. Do you have any ideas?
Yeah.
With the new album?
Yeah, there are some songs in the work, eh?
Oh, like the new album?
The new album. The next
album.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't really dug too deep into that one. But I think, I don't know, trying to write some great songs, you know? That is always the modus operandi. And, you know, it's like you maybe try and pull in from some inspiring production techniques of your contemporaries, etc. But at this point, we don't know very much about it. All we know is we're going to try to write some good songs with some pertinent lyrics to the human condition. That's kind of how we go. Okay, next question. Thanks, Aspiring Fires.
Here's the next question.
Noel Bapani. And the question is, love the lyrical content of your music. Do you have an environment where you like writing lyrics most? If so, where would that be?
Lyrics are weird. They kind of happen when they want to, whether it's like on the bus or, you know, like in a bucolic setting, like on a lake. I think, you know, there's a myth that songwriting is most fertile when the conditions are perfect. I think it's a little more chaotic and anarchistic than that. You know, the vessel, the creator is kind of at the whim of the creativity, and that can happen in any different kind of setting. So there really isn't a perfect spot for a perfect lyric. You just kind of have to have your receptors wide open and be ready to take it in when it wants to come to you. All right, thanks for the question. That was a great question, and loving this.
Next question. Hey guys, I'm a recent fan, and after rifling through all your oldies, I think the new album sounds fantastic. Thank you. I'm a bit of a musical techie, and I was wondering how involved you all get in the fine details of your instruments. Okay, that's from Kevin Hedrick. Well, thanks, Kevin. Yeah, we get pretty involved. Ryan is a pretty prolific songwriter. He writes fast, and he usually has ideas for a lot of the instrumentation as he makes the demos, and then he sends them out to us, and we all kind of have our time with it. And after a little while, we kind of get together and we jam whatever ideas we might have all come up with that we've been able to bring to the table, and we sit in a room and make some noises and play with the songs, and then they flesh out and they become sort of these sort of slightly newer, more organic beasts that we manage to create as a group. But often, I mean, for me personally, like often I'll start with whatever idea Ryan might have for the drums, unless I have something that's dramatically different that works, which usually is rare because drums, I think, can be pretty obvious. But it'll start from there, and by the end of it, I'll usually have my own stamp on it in some sort of fashion. I'll let the others answer with respect to their own instruments.
Well, I mean, you're saying you're a musical techie, and I wonder if you're referring to like how deep do we get it into our rigs.
That's how I take it.
Because we all do very much so kind of invest in the color palette of our particular instrument. Like I spent years and enough money to buy a really shitty apartment in Vancouver on my guitar rig, and proud of it because kind of finally found a good system with a stereo setup where all my effects pedals live by the cabs and they snake out to a MIDI controller front of stage, and so there's a great ease in being able to control presets of a wide variety of effects with the push of a button. But it's taken a long time to find it, but I'm happy I have. Thank you.
Sorry, totally didn't answer your question the way it was intended. Yeah,
I'm done.
I got pretty detailed with that stuff too. I've got a little electronic station by me. I run a sampler, a Roland SPD-SX for like a variety of different kinds of sounds, and yeah, a large drum kit with lots of stuff. And just given that the music is so rich and there are so many details, like you've got plenty of opportunity to bring in textures of different sorts. So I like to take advantage of those things.
Cool. Randy Ryan.
Diane Lee. Mother, what's your guys' favorite song from all your albums? By the way, marry me, Ryan. Heart.
Aw, you don't want to marry me, trust me.
You really don't.
She knows. What favorite song from all your albums? Touch Up, I'd say Ball Cap. Oh My Heart. I'm gonna go with Burning Pile, and Eureka. I'm going to say Photograph, or no, sorry, Born in a Flash, and The Styx. Yeah. Dread in My Heart, and then this is the latest one. Okay, Have It Out for Very Good Bad Thing.
It's hard.
It's hard.
I'm just going to say Chasing It Down.
Yeah, I think if you could pick one.
Oh, is it just
all
one?
Record, well, I mean, you could have interpreted it both ways.
Okay, yeah. Whatever.
But that was really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Mine's
Okay,
Sleep
about that
Awake.
I don't know what mine is. I'm not very good at answering questions on the fly.
Well, I really like Dirty Town always, but
Yeah.
let's just say Dirty. It is a new album, though, right? We should be talking about the new album.
Well, it's all about the people and the questions.
Okay.
But yeah, Jeremy thought Dirty Town was an international smash hit for many years, and was always a little
Still
perturbed
is.
that it didn't find that stage and platform.
Check it out.
Dirty Town. You love it.
It's gonna win one of these days.
I like Bit by Bit.
Bit by bit.
I like Bit by Bit.
We have a niece me and Molly have a niece who's like, bit that bit. I wanted to. So if we ever do that, that's because we're quoting the niece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay, whose turn to read a question?
I can go if you
You
want.
can go.
Okay.
There's this. There are others too.
There, I was
if
wondering
that's a
if you
no.
had any advice for those dealing with physical insecurity / dysphoria. I actually don't know what dysphoria is, but physical insecurity, yeah, I mean, that's something I think that everybody deals with.
Salads.
Salads.
Just joking.
That was a bad answer.
Squats and salads.
I think, it's, I think it gets better, and I think it gets better as you get older. I mean, it did for me anyway, and, something I work on daily. So, just being self-accepting and being loving, and just kind of realizing that that stuff isn't the biggest part of your life, and that there's a lot more to life than just the physical aspects of your body, and that you're better than all that. But it's not easy. I guess it's a hard one to answer. How about everybody else?
I thought that was really beautifully put.
Yeah.
Yeah, the soul is vast and infinite, and there's a lot of joy to be found in the soul. And the physical form has very limited parameters. So I'd say invest in the depth of your soul, and the rest will follow.
Yeah, build your mind, not your muscles.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of both. I mean, it's kind of cool to have some muscles and a powerful mind.
Well, I think the main thing is to realize that being physically healthy is, being mentally healthy is part of being physically healthy, and vice versa. So, if you sort of keep yourself physically healthy, that's going to help the mind. And so you should maybe think of sort of the physical aspect of it more as a whole.
And B vitamins.
And B vitamins, yeah.
They're very important for mood.
Thanks for that question.
Well, yeah, very good question.
That's a great question. Do you play computer games, and what? Ligor. That sounds like a guy who plays computer games. I don't think we play too many computer games. Thanks for the question,
Recently I
Ligor.
played a video game,
Oh,
Super Mario 3.
Have you heard of it?
It's probably before your time,
That's
but
fun.
it was fun.
Nice.
It's on my level.
Diane Lee says, so what do you exactly learn in the monkey tree?
Oh yeah, thank you.
She,
How to pick nits.
I just found like monkeys don't actually live in monkey trees.
No.
They
But
really don't.
they really
Nothing
don't.
can.
Nothing can.
Exactly.
But the monkey tree is just more like a metaphor for a place to kind of be free as a person, to kind of break away from the clutches of structure. It's a tree which stands as a metaphor for a jungle-like mentality of soul emancipation. Thanks for the question. All right.
Will Arthur, do you guys smoke the devil's lettuce? Can you send me some?
I wish I knew what it was.
I'd love to try. I hate smoking weed. I mean, can we talk about that here? That's what he's talking about? Are we allowed to?
I would guess he's talking about doing drugs.
I just get hungry and want to eat chips and watch movies and not talk to people and hate myself. Devil's lettuce is bad for me. Okay. Somebody want to take one?
How does it feel when you step on stage?
Exciting.
I like it.
It's fun.
There's like an initial phase of, oh shit, this is really quite a lot of energy and volatile stuff to deal with. But then I'd say that lasts for about 45 seconds, and then you kind of find your footing and your sweet spot, and it gets pretty powerful. That reciprocation of energy between a lot of people, or a few people and yourselves with the medium of songs, is a pretty fantastic place to be.
Ray Joe, you have been selected as the winner of the next CD in our series of giving out free CDs that we will autograph.
Yay! Congratulations! That's
Ray Joe.
Ray Joe get to see Joe. All right, we get to sign Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do we got here?
Should we be writing who they're going to on them?
Ray Joe.
If I'm hearing dogs and I know there's no dogs in this building, what should I do? Asked Chocolate Gelato.
Chocolate.
Gelato likes the
Stop
dogs.
smoking the devil's lettuce.
Clearly. All right.
Does Ray Joe have a, oh, it's an H.
R-A-Y-J-O-H.
Oh, that was like rage. Oh, like rage.
Rage.
All right. Next question.
Ooh, there's a good one, which just disappeared right as I found it.
Yeah, they're weird.
These-
They
yeah.
move.
Yeah.
There's just a floodgate of questions.
For Jasmine, I was always curious as to which songs on Oh My Heart featured your vocals and which still had Debra Jean's, if there even were any.
Oh My Heart actually was all Debra Jean. I sang her parts live, and I sang in the gang vocals on that album, so just sort of in the backgrounds, but that was all Debra Jean. She did an amazing job.
Sure did.
Scrolling through the questions to find a new one.
There's one. I like how it starts. You guys are all so awesome. Thank you. Says
Were you born that way?
Sylvie4. Were you? Oh,
Were you born that way? or did
were you
have-
born that? Were you hashtag born that way?
That's the Lady Gaga reference.
Or did you have to do something crazy? Thanks, Jasmine, for
You're
the
welcome.
pop culture astuteness.
You're welcome.
Did you have to do something crazy like climb a mountain with nothing but a box of matches and have your wish granted by a wise man? That's exactly how I got so awesome.
How did you know?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy.
Me too.
You know what? If I'm awesome, it's because I met these guys, and we started a band, which changed my life. If there's any sliver of awesomeness which I possess, I'm gonna have to attribute that to hanging out with these guys so much.
Brian Badesso. Brian
Wow.
Badesso asks, I noticed that a lot of your songs have a darker twist to them. For example, Have It Out, Reaper Man, Kept Down. So I was wondering, what draws you guys to write darker music?
Yes, I love the new album. Thanks a lot, Brian Badesso. You badass little Brian Badesso. I think that, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems kind of obvious to flirt with the dark side. It's pretty present in life, you know. Life is not how they portray it in the fable type mediums of movies and storybooks, for the most part, or media. And also, I think like we harbor a lot of darkness just as we move through life, which finds its release through art, artistic expression. That's kind of one of the nicest parts about being in a creative job, is that your shadow side really naturally finds its way out through songs or painting or whatever it may be, and that's a nice way to not suppress it. Thanks for the question.
Do you know the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything? Asked Lego. That's a question for Molly.
Isn't the answer 42?
Yeah, what's the question?
It never
What's
found
6
out.
times 7?
Or there was a question. It was something ridiculous, but I do forget.
Is that
They destroyed the Earth
Hitchhiker's
before
Guide to
they
Oh.
discovered the question. I mean, they destroyed the
Right.
computer.
The Earth was
Right,
never
right,
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah, it's what is 6 times 7?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Legor?
Ryan, marry me, says Stephanie Malik.
So many offers.
Oh.
Marriage
You could be a
proposals.
polygamist.
And she wants a CD.
I want
I think she gets that third season.
I think she
Yeah, I think
should.
Stephanie Malik gets that.
Since
third
you asked
CD.
so
Just-
nicely.
Yeah,
Can you show us the-
great question. All right, we're doing it.
Okay, and in the meantime, we have another question from Diane Lee. At what point of your career did you think that you guys thought you made it? I don't know, I guess when you got to like strip away the day jobs, there's a sense of kind of making it. That's a big moment in one's career of the artistic pursuit, to not have to like flip eggs or work construction or something. So yeah, that was kind of it.
There's also the other side, which is like, do you ever really feel like you've made it?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I feel like I started out feeling like I made it, and then ever since feel like I'm less and less successful in life.
It's slowly been ripped away from you.
Yeah.
It's
Like
uplifting.
as time has
It's not. It's not depressing.
I think we're like, if there's a monetary value to this question, is kind of okay. It's great when the thing kind of floats its own, but then there's a bigger side to the question. What does it even mean to make it? And I don't think you ever make it. I think you just keep on striving to share good vibes through your chosen artistic medium, and that's as simple as it is. Thanks for the question.
Good answer. I saw quickly there was a Jasmine, thank you for the yoga advice, and I saw it, but it went away. I just want to say you're welcome anytime. Any yoga questions, you can throw them my way.
All right, we got a little clandestine question here on a phone. You want care to read this one out, Mo?
Okay. What is the most interesting thing you pack when you go on tour? Anything interesting you will be bringing to the U.S.?
Asks Tamara Petty.
I bring a rice cooker, or I just cook all my tour food with it. That's pretty interesting. How about you, Jasmine?
I brought a NutriBullet to the States last time we went, and I made a smoothie every morning, which was pretty spectacular and kind of a weird thing to bring on tour.
I'm gonna bring a recording studio on this next tour.
That's way cooler.
Yeah, like a really concise.
NutriBullet.
Because in speaking of the new record, I really kind of want to dig into the future songs on this particular American tour, because we're going to be on a bus. We're going to have maybe a little bit more time during the day. So I was just given this like 1-octave, very specialized synthesizer that is cool. It has knobs that go freaky. So I'm gonna bring that little laptop interface and just set up a little creative wormhole in the back lounge of the bus.
Nice. Jared?
Not the devil's lettuce.
Not the devil's lettuce.
Can't bring that over the border.
No. Jerry, are we ever going to see your face again?
Ever gonna see my face again?
That's a question here from Kevin Hedrick. Hey, Jeremy, are we ever going to see your face again?
Like, are you ever going to shave your beard?
No.
You know what? If the Canucks win the Stanley Cup, I will shave my beard.
Oh, that's
So,
a great
no.
idea.
Okay, let's scroll down here for Ryan Molly. That could be a good question. How does it feel to have a family member in your band? I like it.
It feels good.
It feels real good.
Yep.
There's no shortage of complexity emotionally and interpersonally, but it's pretty rewarding because typically in life you don't really cultivate a super close bond with your siblings into your adult life. You may like Christmas turkey dinners, whatever but it's nothing like this typically. So it's very unique and quite a privilege to be so close to your sibling when you're an adult. Okay, right on. What's all this? Okay. Next question. Thanks for that question. That was Diane Lee again.
Hey, Jeremy, smile, please.
Not
Aww.
nice.
He's batting his eyelashes too, but you can't tell.
Okay, let's just do a nice scroll.
Original spin. Want to answer that one?
Sure.
Who was that? My mom who asked that question?
Athena C. Original Spin sings about tropical fish, and Let's Fall in Love sings about how even little monkeys in the zoo do it. Growing up in these parts, did you guys ever visit the Vancouver Aquarium as children?
We went to the aquarium once or twice.
I've never been to the aquarium.
I went to a zoo.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It was pretty
It's great.
depressing.
I met a girl in a bar the other day who she feeds the piranhas backstage
Wow.
aquarium style, and she said I can come and
Feed the piranhas?
feed and observe and check that. I think they feed them goats and things. Like it's pretty
Wow.
serious. Yeah.
Like whole goats?
Whole goats,
Whole live
yeah.
goats?
Live goats. Yeah.
It's still alive.
Yeah. Still live hairy goats.
No, they don't.
I don't know. I'm just kind of making the goat part up, but so I'm gonna go to the aquarium soon.
That's cool.
That's fun.
From Natalie, what date are you most excited about on your tour? Any dates you're excited to go to that you haven't been to before?
Let's look at our dates so that we can remember where we're going.
I'm particularly excited to go back to LA and New York, of course, as always.
Ooh.
But we've never been to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Nor have we been to Atlanta, which I'm very excited about, actually.
Yeah,
Atlanta
that would be awesome, too.
Very cool.
Totally. I think it's cool that we get to headline the Troubadour in LA.
Yeah,
That's really, really
Bit of a
cool.
milestone.
Yeah.
So
Very
thanks
cool.
to all our LA fans to validate such a booking. Can't wait to get down there. See
Indeed.
you guys.
2nd of June. See you there.
All right. Next question. Thank you.
Thanks for the question, Natalie.
Thanks, Natalie.
Mexico, please, says Stephanie Mallard.
Oh.
We went 2 years ago. We played on the Point of Art side of things.
No, other
No.
side.
On the other side?
Yeah.
Riviera.
All right. Riviera. Right.
Cancun area.
The
Gotcha.
easterly
Yes.
coast.
We did, and we want to go again. It was a riveting experience, and we'd love to follow that up with another Mexico.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
If we're lucky this year. If we're very lucky.
Maybe you're very lucky.
Did any of
Thanks
your
for the
songs
question.
start from dreams? That's a good question.
I
From
don't think
haircut to Likuka.
No?
No, I had a dream the other night that there was a song going, and it wasn't my song, but it had to. In retrospect, it was because
You
you
made it
concocted the dream. But it was a banger. It was like totally hot, and I got up and was like, I should somehow like try and. No, I'm tired.
And you remembered it?
I remembered it when I woke up in the moment,
Right.
and it was kind of like,
That's
you know
a
what's
good thing to
recorded?
record.
yeah.
I do that at night.
Yeah.
Middle of the night, voice recorder. All right.
I
It's hard though,
I
because
know,
you're
you
just
don't
so
want to.
tired. You just
Yeah,
go
you
back
just
to
don't
bed.
want to do it.
I have a lot of dreams about writing songs, but I never remember them when I wake up.
Yeah, it's hard to remember.
All right, Ryan, here's one for you from Jacob Hester. Somebody finally explain the story of Sleep Awake to me. It's my absolute favorite.
It's my favorite too, Jacob. Thank you for asking this question.
I mean, it's a pretty loose idea of someone feeling a really grave sense of protection for someone else that they care about. You could sort of transfer that onto the relationship of a mother and child, or a relationship between lovers, or a mother and a daughter, or sorry, I already said that, but or like an adult, a parent figure and a child. So it's just that idea, and I guess almost becoming overprotective to where there's a paranoia that starts to rule the dynamic. Thanks for the question.
Okay, I think we have now reached our time limit. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here and sharing this Google Hangout with us, and for all your lovely questions. We will be in the US from the later part of May until early July. And to all of you out there that we're going to see in that time frame, we cannot wait to be there and come and see you guys, and hopefully get to meet and share some beautiful musical experiences together.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
everybody.
Have a great day.
Enjoy.